It's all about me. Okay. So we always start off the morning healing class the same way as the other classes. Just very simple, turning the waist and some gentle back bends, just to get the body moving and the chi moving. So stand in the comfortable shoulder width, gently move from side to side. So as I always say with this class is much more about sort of mind downward healing as opposed to the body upward healing. So the little warm-up exercises, sometimes when we're doing our lift you up, brought you down, people tend to go at them with a great deal of vigor. But on this case, when we're sort of doing a self-healing class, we just take it nice and easy with a much more sort of soft approach. The idea is that when we sleep, our chi tends to stop moving so much. And the suggestion is that it starts to pool in the larger muscles of your body. So you're going to find it sort of pooling in the back of the legs and buttock and pooling in the back of your arms and things like that. And so just a light exercise like this gets the system flowing. And of course, where the chi flows, the blood flows, we get the energy moving and the nutrients moving around the body. So I don't think that a gentle warm-up exercise in the morning is ever a bad idea, irrespective of what your day holds. And so that's why this class always starts with a few minutes of warm-up. So last night, we've got that. Yes, Gordana, lovely, how nice to see you. So I was going to say, last night's class, I was discussing the various different healing modalities, or the different ways of understanding healing. And I just want to go through that again, just to say that from a Zheneng perspective, there are two distinct paths to heal oneself. And it takes into account Dr. Pang's entirety theory. So there's a sort of slight unanswered question that Dr. Pang leaves hanging about his entirety theory that I think quantum science answers, but essentially says our entire universe is made of this undifferentiated energy. And then when we apply our consciousness to it, that we start to make things appear in our lives. But I think also by the same token, when we apply our subconscious to it, unwittingly, other things can appear. And so part of Zheneng Qigong is about looking at the patterns and thoughts in your life and just allowing those to dissolve. Because as we get rid of the patterns that have driven us for so many years, we start to, and we can replace those patterns with new ideas. We start to heal ourselves. So I was listening to a lady on the radio the other day, you may have heard her, who was talking about her eating disorder. And she was saying, the way that I used to talk to myself, I would never talk to my friends like that. You know, I would never dare talk to my friends like that. She was just sort of describing how incredibly harsh this voice inside her had been, how it had driven her to do things that she wouldn't ever want to do. So that was a set of patterns inside her. And there was no real explanation given as to why those patterns had arrived. Why had she got an eating disorder? But sometimes it's very simple. You know, we find that it comes down to, let's just make a very typical kind of pattern up and say that her mother had always had problems with her weight, and her mother had always said to her, you know, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't do this. And then somewhere her mother's voice still stayed deeply embedded in her subconscious. And the subconscious starts to replay it and relay it in different ways. Our subconscious is extraordinary. There's a very interesting study that was done on people who had schizophrenia. And essentially they took a group of people, they asked them to record a few phrases, or perhaps they asked them to record a lot of phrases. And then what they did was that they played their own voices back to them, but they dropped them down a few registers. And then suddenly people said, yes, that's the voice that's talking to me. I don't know who it is, but that's the voice who's talking to me inside my head. And so it was almost like the voice had just kind of, their own voice had disguised itself in some way to make them believe that it was someone else's voice who was telling them to, harm themselves or harm other people. They didn't recognize their own voice inside their own head. So what are the voices inside your head telling you? Perhaps they're saying, oh God, I've heard Jeremy say this stuff so many times, I'm bored of it. Let's hope that's not the voice. But also, what are the voices generally saying? Okay, so let's slow down a little bit and let's start to stretch out a bit further. Just make it a longer, slower turn. Yeah, so we identify the patterns by listening to the stories we tell ourselves. And it takes a distance for us to be able to hear these stories. So we find that teacher Lu, who some of you guys have worked with in the past, talks about this idea of the old world and the new world. And he says, if you can escape from your own old world and you can stand in the new world and have a sort of a viewpoint back to where you were, then you can actually look at what's happening to Jeremy from a distance, see what Jeremy's saying to himself from a distance, see what habits Jeremy's got, see what Jeremy's eating, drinking, smoking, whatever it is that Jeremy might be doing. I can stand back as a conscious being and look at Jeremy as a 3D object in this game of life and assess what the problems are. Because in the old world, we are, and of course, the old world is this life that we're living in right now. In the old world, our illnesses are attached to us very deeply. They're attached to our ideas, they're attached to our ego. But if we step out of that and look at them, we can have a perspective on what's going on. Okay, good. So let's just bring this exercise gently to a stop. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to go into standing meditation or sitting meditation or lie down as you wish, whatever you wish to do, not a problem. Morning, Kai, I'd love to see you. Annette too. So we're just going to go into this very simple standing meditation. We'll do our forward and back bends first. But from the standing meditation, we relax and we put ourselves into what's called a super state. Super state is a deep, deep Qigong mind throughout the whole body, allow the body to expand out. And then hopefully, as we keep practicing this idea, we can start to get this idea of moving away from the old world so that we can kind of view what's happening in this daily life from a different perspective. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're up to. Okay, let's just do some simple forward and back bends. Let's just drift our way down. Take it nice and easy. Don't have to go very far. Just see what your back will let you do today. And then just let the body hang for a moment or two. See if you can take the pressure off the back of your neck. Whole back of the neck relaxes. Okay, so we're just going to stretch gently towards the toes. Nice and easy. And then release. You imagine a line that's been drawn between the roots of your toes. Stretch gently towards that line and release. You imagine a line that's been drawn between your insteps. Stretch towards that line. As you see, you're just getting gradually deeper with each bend and release. And imagine a line between your heels, or, if you're flexible, go as deep as you fancy going. And then let the body hang and relax. This kind of standard Jinan Qigong idea. Point your tailbone up behind you into the blue sky. Swing your tailbone towards the front and start assembling the spine. Arms and ears gather together so they come up at the same speed. And we slowly draw ourselves up until we get up to full height. Great. Now we're going to do back bends. Just let the knees and hips drift forward. You can gently lean back. Stretching up and gently lean back. stretching up, gently lean back, stretching up, and gently lean back. Good. Hands up into the blue sky. Okay, so we're going to tip over. We try and bring the head, the arms, and the ears all over first, keeping the body straight. And now we can start to arch the upper back, arch the middle back, arch the lower back, and drift our way down. Let the body relax. Let the back of the neck relax. Let the body hang. Drift your weight gently towards the toes and release in line with the roots of your toes. And release just in line with your insteps, getting gradually deeper, and release. And finally back towards your heels. Nice deep bend. Let the body hang. Whole body hangs and relaxes. Point the tailbone up behind you, up into the blue sky. Push the tailbone towards the front and start to stack the spine up. Join arms and ears together and they just come up as one piece. Slowly up into the blue sky with a decent stretch. And then we let knees and hips go forward as you lean back. Gently up and gently back. Stretching up and back. Up and gently back. Okay, hands in the blue sky. Let's try and do the next two with our legs straight, and that just gives us an extra hamstring stretch. So tip over the head, the arms, the ears. Arch into the upper back, middle back, and the lower back. Let the body relax down and hang. Whole body relaxes and hangs. Back of the neck is released. Keep the legs as straight as you can. You might just move the weight a little bit onto your toes. Just feel an extension up the back of your legs, opening the hamstrings. Okay, same as before. Drift gently towards your toes and release. In line with the roots of your toes and release. Working back towards your insteps and release. Back towards your heels. Body relaxes, body hangs, tailbone moves up behind, tailbone pushes towards the front, spine starts to gently curl up, head, arms, and ears gather up at the same time. Draw yourself slowly up to full height and stretch. Knees and hips go forward as you lean back. Stretch up, gently back. Stretching up, gently back, up and back. Hands up into the blue sky. Nice long stretch up. Last time, legs straight, tip over the head, arms and ears. Drift slowly down, relax your way down. Back of the neck relaxes. Whole body relaxes. Legs as straight as you can. Drifting down towards your toes. And release. In line with the roots of your toes. Release. In line with your insteps. And release. And back towards your heels. Relax, release, body hangs. Tailbone gently lifts up behind. Tailbone shifts towards the front. Spine starts to curl up. Head, arms, and ears gather. We go up to full height. Stretch up into the blue sky. Knees and hips go forward. You lean back. Stretching up and gently back. Up and back, up and back. Hands up in the blue sky. Drawing chi over the crown of your head, chi pouring. Releasing the hands down the sides. Let's just gather chi a few times. Bring yourself back into balance, drawing the chi through the dantians, deep, deep, deep inside. Connecting down. Gathering. Draw the chi through your body. Bring yourself to a calm, relaxed balance. Whole body relaxes. Centered. Bring the hands onto the belly for a moment. Mind calm. So Dr. Pang wrote the 8 phrases. They sum up everything about Sheneng Qigong, really. We use them as a way to bring ourselves to a Qi mind. So they're either sung or spoken, and the idea is they're 4 characters per line, and then 8 lines, 4 by 8. It's a standard Chinese poem form. I'm just going to sing it for you today. Ying Tian Li Di Xing Song Yi Chong Hua Jing Ne Jing Xin Chong Mao Gong Yi Niang Bo Qi Chen Zhu Tai Kong Zhen Yi Jiao Ti Liu Shen Rong Rong Liu Shen Rong Rong Liu Shen Rong. On the sole of your foot, it's Yong Quan, the kidney point. Chuan, kidney point. Just feel this point on the sole of your foot open. Allow yourself to connect down. It's like a doorway, opens down into the earth, opens out into the blue sky beyond. When we softly bend our knees and tuck our tailbone, it just allows the perfect flow of qi. Energy can move up. The earth is considered to be yin, cooling energy, gathering upwards. It's like a spring bubbling at the ball of your foot, allowing all this energy to flow in, surge up your legs, like the sap rising in a tree, moving up to your belly, lower down to you. On top of the head, Bai Hui, the 100 meeting point. They say 100 different channels meet at the top of your head. I've always fancied that it was the fontanelle on babies. Imagine this point on the crown of your head, this fundamental meeting point. Imagine it can open. Open like a satellite dish on top of your head, receiving all this amazing chi from the heavens above, blue sky chi, yang energy of the heavens, pours down into the upper energy field inside your brain, pours down into the middle energy field, behind your breastbone, pours down into the belly. So we have these two wonderful sources of chi gathering energy, connected deep into the earth and beyond, connected up into the heavens and beyond, this universal axis of energy through your whole body. You can just let the hands relax down by your sides. Just think on your palms, Lao right in the center of your palm. Imagine that opens as well. Underneath your arms, Dabao. We touch that from time to time and lift you up, put you down. Open. Do chi on your belly button. Open and its matching point round the back. Amen. Open. On your brow, your third eye. Open. Yuan round the back, the matching point. Open. So as you stand here with all of these energy points open, maybe you remember your O-level biology, where they talked about osmosis. And it's basically an area of high concentration, moving across a barrier towards an area of low concentration. And the two of them balance each out eventually. So you get very salty water on one side and clear water on the other side. Eventually what happens is it becomes equally salty either side. So it's the same with our chi. If you have chi inside you that's very strong and no longer kind of required, it can move out of your body. These gateways are open. You can release anything from your body into the chi field around you. But it's equally true if there's anything inside your body that needs filling. Because these gateways are open, the chi will flow into your body. So now you're in this relaxed state and the gateways are open and your chi is already balancing. So if there's any lack, it's instantly being nourished. If there's any over accumulation, it's easily released. So in the most simple of terms, we just open the gateways and the energy flows. But you know, I'm sure your body is also covered in hundreds, 300 more acupuncture points. When we relax in this way, we can allow those acupuncture points to open up all over the body. When we relax in this way, we can allow the pores of our skin. So just think about your skin for a moment. Scan your mind over your skin. Feel every single pore in your arms, every single pore in your legs, your chest and your back, and neck and head. Just imagine it's possible just to gently open those pores. And if you were to take a microscope, you'd see that every time you breathed in, the pores breathe in with you. Every time you breathe out, the pores release. So now your whole body is open and breathing, connected with the chi around it. So we refer back to Dr. Pang's idea of the medicine factory inside your body. Every single moment, the medicine factory is creating hundreds of thousands of custom-made chemicals to go into your body. Custom-made proteins are being generated in a moment. You feel fear, and within a millisecond, the body is flooded with cortisol and so forth. You feel happy, and then suddenly the body is filled with, oh yeah, dessert. You know what I mean, happiness drugs. They'll come back in a moment. And of course, this process is driven by our emotions. So what is driving our emotions? The emotions are very chemical movements through our entire body. But the mind is the driver of that. 95% of your processes are subconscious. What's your body doing behind your back that you don't even know about? So now today we bring out our intention to dissolve these processes that are not serving us. You don't even have to know where they come from. Sometimes it's nice just to stand for a while, see what comes up. Listen to the thought. Standing in what seems like quiet, and then suddenly there's a thought about something. You think, why did that pop up? What was that thought? It was a thought about money. It was a thought about work. It was a thought about my relationship, my child, whatever it might be. And you look at the root of it and you think, okay, I'm going to dissolve that worry. Worrying never helped anybody. And so you could just use La Chi to open and gently let go of those worries, dissolve them, let them out through every pore of your body and bring back good new information. So let's think about what good new information might be. Let's say we have a problem with a family member. You just see that kind of, you could imagine perhaps very visually, like an energetic connection between you and that person, like a cable connecting you or a rope tying you together, and the two of you straining at either ends of the rope trying to get away. You don't want to lose the family connection. You just want to change it. And so in your mind's eye, you might get as visual as this. You might see yourself taking a large pair of scissors, cutting the cord and just releasing the bond between the two of you. Don't be afraid. You never, ever can lose a person that way. All you can do is change the nature of the relationship. So you might try healing that relationship. What would you put in its place? You'd think about that person, you'd think about the happy days you had with them in the past, moments when you were really, truly happy together. And circumstances may have changed it and so forth. But what you're doing is drawing back the good information of that past. So the same is true for your own health. Perhaps there's a time when you felt invincible, fantastic. You can draw back that good information from that time when you were really healthy and well. Perhaps you haven't got a memory like that. Perhaps you can idealize it and stylize it from someone you admire, like, I don't know. Why did Arnold Schwarzenegger suddenly come to mind to me? I have no idea, and I certainly don't admire him. But imagine that you were wanting to have a healthy, strong body or something like that. Perhaps you could find an image from Hollywood that would suit you, and you could imagine embodying those ideals. When we're looking for good information, we can draw it from anywhere, no matter how nonsensical it might be. So good information is really important, but letting go is really important too. So as we stand here, we're just going to relax ourselves further. We're just going to draw ourselves deeper into a supine state. Remember, if your standing posture is putting you off, why not sit down? We want to try and keep the mind as steady as we possibly can. So find a position that's sustainable for you. If possible, we have our knees gently bent, tailbone tucked, sitting down. We have a straight spine, and the chin tucked in. So the 8 phrases connects us into the earth, the heavens. And the next line is body relax, mind expand. So sometimes the mind can feel very deeply trapped inside the body. And what would it be like if you allowed your mind to wander through your body? Have a little feel through your body now. Are there places that hurt? Are there places that are uncomfortable? Places that feel like they might be blocked? Shapes in the body that you don't feel are right, things that need adjusting? Feel into that now. Make micro adjustments to your standing all the time. Give yourself permission to move your feet if you need to. Try and keep your mind as steady as you can. Just let the body do what it wants to do. So when you find your comfortable, sustainable posture, imagine sending waves of qi to parts of the body that might need a bit of help. So you can think to yourself, okay, so my left leg is feeling a bit sore as I stand here. So I'm going to use my mind like a torch beam, like a lighthouse, to send a wave of qi down into my left leg, fill the whole leg with light. Imagine all the healing that goes there. And we know this idea, ida, qi da. So we send this qi repeatedly down into the leg, healing the leg. The whole leg starts to feel it is glowing with qi from the tips of your toes to your hip, whole of the leg in perfect working order. And then you take your mind away, come back, just simply resting the mind or settling the mind into your belly. And what happens there is that you bring your attention to a problem, but you don't stay with it for too long. If you can keep on saying to yourself, my leg is hurt, my leg is sore, my leg is broken, my leg, now what you're doing is reinforcing the problem. So when we work with these issues, we work with a very light touch. We can identify where the problem lies. My sister, my auntie, my bank balance, my whatever, my son. We can identify where the problem lies. And then we can start the healing process off. And then we can trust that everything will be well and leave it be. Really important. So don't keep on picking at the wound because you're only making it worse. Body relaxes and mind expands. We expand the mind throughout the whole body. Feel your body. Illuminate your head. Imagine your neck beginning to glow. Illuminate your shoulders with qi. Allow the qi to flow down to your fingertips. Illuminate your chest with qi and your back. The whole of your spine down to the tailbone. Your belly and your lower back illuminated with qi. All the way into your hips and into your thighs, all the way into your knees and into your calves, all the way deep into your feet. Feel the connection. Feel the whole body relaxed and illuminated by qi. Turn your body into qi. No longer the physical version of you. Now, just a qi being in a qi field. If everything indeed is made from qi, then it's easy for you to become qi once more. So feel into that idea. In this super state, your mind is connected into your body. Your mind can now connect out into the qi field around you. So feel your limbs. Imagine this wei qi layer around your body. It's just a layer of energy around the body. It's like a couple of inches around you. Insulation, a qi layer. And then go beyond that into the next layer, which is your kind of like your aura, maybe a meter around you, a meter above you, a meter below you, a meter behind you. Importantly, we tend not to think of the back of our bodies very much. But just imagine this qi behind you. You in this wonderful qi suit. And then connect beyond that out into the wider qi field, where we connect as a class. where we connect our classes with all the other classes, where we connect out and meet our teachers, Dr. Pang. So Dr. Pang says the following. He says, Wu Wu Bu Hua. There is nothing that you cannot change. Wu Wu Bu Shen. There is nothing that you are unable to bring about. Wu Wu Bu Sui. There is nothing you cannot break down. There is nothing you cannot change. There is nothing you're unable to bring about. There's nothing you cannot break down. Immutable laws of the universe. In this chi body, in this chi state, with this chi mind, there is nothing you cannot change, nothing you cannot make happen, nothing you cannot break down. So your consciousness is the creator of your life. Think about that. Your consciousness, subconscious or conscious, is the creator of your life. So now, use your mind to create what you wish. Dissolve the problem areas and bring back good information. You can do a little La Chi with me. Just hold the hands in front. When we open, everything dissolves gently, everything lets go. We can unhook, unpin, unmoor problems from our life and let them dissolve out of the universe. When we bring back, we fill the holes we've made with good information, with a new bright future, with new possibilities, with new ways of being, with new ways for our body. So open is kind, close is hurt. Body, let the mind, let the patterns open and dissolve. Draw this healing chi deep inside your mind, deep inside your emotions, deep inside the chemical factory in your body, deep inside every cell, deep inside your DNA. Where does this information have to go to make the healing take place? When you do your Kai and Her, don't put too much judgment. Don't make the outcomes too specific. Just allow the universe to fix the problems in the way that it knows best. There's no point in you trying to work on somebody else. You can work on your relationship to someone else, but don't try dissolving someone else's problems and fixing them, because you have no idea really what's going on for that person. So work with your connection and them, work with yourself. Again, and go at the deepest level. The whole body opening, patterns dissolving, body expanding. Drawing great information back deep inside to heal the body. Just a couple more. We can do the next two a bit more quietly. The last two, just move the hands in total silence. When you've finished, you can just bring your hands back onto your belly. Just let them sit on the belly button and nourish lower dantian. Fill this lower energy field. Sometimes it might feel more appropriate to put your hands onto your chest. Wherever it feels right, apply your hands. Allow this healing to go deep inside your body. Embody and absorb this great information you've pulled back into your life. So sometimes we become concerned that we haven't designed the right information. But that's just another ego trick. The ego doesn't like things to change. The ego likes the way your life is right now. All of the broken patterns that it's been supporting for so long. The one thing we discover about the ego is that it doesn't like any change at all. Which is a bit crazy because everything is constantly changing. It's the only real truth of our universe. Yin and yang keeps on turning. Life keeps on changing. The ego wants it to stand still. The ego feels insecure. You're trying to downsize it. When we feel insecure, we try and control everything. So the ego is going to tell you stories. This is no use. This is no good. This will never heal you. What are you doing? This is a waste of your time. Shouldn't we be at Sainsbury's getting the shopping in? All of those thoughts that pop up are just little attempts to derail you from the process. You're going above the ego's pay grade. You're going over the ego's head. And it doesn't like that. It doesn't like being countermanded. So it'll try every trick in the book to catch you. Gosh, your feet feel so sore. We should stop now. Gosh, your back feels so sore. We should stop now. The ego can think of 1,000 reasons not to carry on. Gently push it to one side. Allow it just to relax, calm down. Like a small petulant child. You know yourself. If your child throws itself down in aisle 9 of Sainsbury's and starts hammering its fists, if you get involved, the whole thing's going to get lots worse. If you stand by quietly, it tends to subside quite quickly. So the ego is hammering its little fists and shouting, no. You just stand by and say, okay, let the wind blow out of that one. So let's just look at our bodies for a moment. Relax your hands down by your sides. Let's bring our focus again to Lao Gung. On the palm of your hand, just imagine this point open. Just imagine when you breathe in, the chi can draw from this point up the center of your arms, all the way up to the tip of your shoulders, and then to the middle of your shoulders. There's a point on the middle of your shoulders. So for getting technical, halfway between the center of your spinal column and the pointy kind of tip of your shoulder. It's a place called the shoulder well. Jianjing. So when you breathe in, the qi flows up your arm to Jianjing. Then it cascades down the center of your body, all the way down into your belly. So you can just hold your hands gently in front of your tummy, gently in front of your chest, or they can just stay down by your hips, whatever seems right for you today. No right, no wrong, just wherever. And just imagine taking a breath from each of those Lao Gong points up to your shoulders and down to your belly. Gently draw the breath in. Imagine this qi flowing deep into the belly, and as you breathe out, qi stays there, but your body just releases. There's no kind of special technique for breathing out. Just breathing out naturally and letting the qi disperse as it will. So our in-breath comes in through the hands to the shoulders, down to the belly, breathing in. Imagine this channel illuminating all the way to the shoulders, down to the belly. Draw qi through your hands. Deep into your belly. Gather this qi. Let it flow deep inside, nourishing. One more time. I'm sure you've heard me tell the story about Jianjing on the shoulders before. But one of my teachers once said that he was sitting with his teacher. He said, I was sitting behind him and it was dusk. And then I could see light coming out of his hands. I could see light coming out of his shoulders. Jianjing, the shoulder well, illuminating the whole of his head, and light coming out of Bai Hui. It appeared that he had a halo. So when we hear these ideas of saints, Jesus, halo, angels, Jianjing, this powerful point that can emit light. Any of your points can emit light. Palms of the hands, top of the head, Jianjing, body wreathed in angelic light. This qi flowing from the hands, up the arms to Jianjing, down into your belly, illuminating deep inside. Let's identify another pathway then. The bubbling wellspring on the sole of your foot, Yongquan, the kidney point. So Yongquan allows qi to bubble up from the earth. It bubbles up just behind the ball of your foot and then along the outside, the inside of your foot and up your leg. But actually the energy channel, you just imagine it coming through the center of your foot and up the center of your leg, and joining it hui yin between your legs, going up into lower dantian. So when you lift hui yin, you're just joining, connecting these channels. So let's breathe in through our feet, like butterflies do apparently. So have a little breath in through your feet, draw the qi up the legs and into the belly. Releasing the breath out naturally. Gathering qi, soles of the feet, up the inside of the legs. Hui yin up into your belly. Gently gathering. And breathing out. Just a few more breaths, gathering qi from the earth, from the blue sky beyond, drawing the qi up into your belly. Storing it deep inside. The final channel, the fifth channel. So we have one in each arm, one in each leg. The final channel runs from Bai Hui on top of your head, down into upper dantian in your head, down into middle dantian in your chest, down into lower dantian. So breathe in through the top of the head and gather the qi. You might want to even use your arms for that. So you might try lifting up and breathing in. Drawing the qi down through your body, all the way down to your belly. Holding the qi deep inside. Lifting the hands up, breathing in. Feel the qi pour down through the central channel, deep into your belly. One more time, gathering qi, breathing in. The qi pours down through Bai Hui, all the way deep into your belly. And just gently breathe out. Let's breathe in through all of these 5 points. Breathe in through your hands, your feet, top of the head, all the qi deep into your belly. A few more times. Focus your mind deep into your belly. As you breathe in, imagine the belly starting to expand. No, that doesn't sound right. Imagine the qi deep in your belly starting to expand. Fill the whole of the belly, the whole of the lower abdomen with qi. Extend the qi from the lower abdomen to the upper body. Extend the qi from the belly down the legs to the feet. Extend the qi from the belly up into your head. From the belly out through your arms. Feel the whole of your body filled with qi. Expand this out into your Wei Qi layer around your body, around the skin. Feel the whole body protected. Expand this out into your own qi field, a meter around your body. From the center of your belly out into your qi body. Qi body connecting and protecting. Each time we feel this fullness of qi throughout our entire body, we know that it's not possible for the body to take on anything but calmness, take on any viruses or illnesses. Just expanding the qi, keeping the body filled with energy, feeling how protected we are, feeling how well everything is working in the body. Gently feel this expansion from the core out into your qi field. Let's expand one step further. Expand from your belly and open out into the blue sky. From the blue sky, we draw this healing qi deep inside. Just a couple of times with that nice, easy breath, gently expanding from your belly, expanding out through your energy body, out into the blue sky. You Breathe in, feeling you can withdraw from the universe anything you need. Deep into your body. One last time. Blue sky breath. Then gently breathe back towards your belly. Exhale back towards your belly. Let the hands settle on your belly. Remember, wu wu bu hua, there is nothing you cannot change. There is nothing you cannot change. Wu wu bu shen. There is nothing you are unable to bring about. There is nothing you cannot do effectively. Wu wu bu sui. There's nothing you cannot break down. Nothing you cannot break through. Okay, so let's just gently draw some circles round lower dantian. You might go around 9 times today. Just feel that this is a consolidation, a drawing back into the center. We've been out into the universe, out into the blue skies, and now we're going to attract ourselves back deep into the belly, bring ourselves back into our body, kind of re-embodiment, just reorganization, if you like. Bring everything back into the center, back to the one. And then we can pause. We go around 9 circles in the opposite direction. This is just furthering that idea back in your body, back to the real world, whatever that might be. Very fake world that we have to plow around in every day. Just draw yourself back and then bring the hands back and let them settle on the belly. So let's just think about that concept once more. Just quietening the mind enough to step back and see what's going on in the drama in front of you. It's no different from sitting down on the couch and switching on EastEnders or Coronation Street. You sitting back, watching the drama play out. But now, this is you stepping away from your life and watching the drama of your life play out. So try and play your life today in the calmest way you can. Try and be the best player number 1 in your game, in this multi-game that we're playing together. Try and navigate the calmest path through the game. But know that it is just that, just a game. And as you step back, you can consciously view it and think, oh, didn't do that very well. I'll try better next time. Oh, that went well. That went much better than I expected. And just watch the game as it unfolds. Be happy. Put a big smile on your face. As you stand here, imagine yourself in this chi body. Everything working well. All functions returning to perfect working order. You, a being of light inside this amazing shield of energy, protects and connects. Haola, everything good inside your body. Haola, everything working well, everything fixed. Haola, perfect working order for your organs, for your systems, for your bones, muscles, and tendons, everything in the body, every cell. Haola, working really well, really good. And then you put a big smile on your face and you let your hands down by your sides and you slowly open your eyes. We can wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, move around. Oh. Well, I think we have to say Haola together. So if you'd like to unmute yourselves, you can become part of the Haola chorus. I'll have to make sure my volume's turned up. It wasn't last. There we go. So we'll say Haola 3 times. I'll count 1, 2, and then we can say Haola, and that'll be us finished. Okay, so hands up in the air. 1, 2. Ha.
La.
1, 2. Ha.
La.
Last time. 1, 2. Ha.
La.
Thank you very much, everyone. So I'm